What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers, and young gun listeners and Kid Blue watchers? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Welcome into the Young Guns Podcast, episode 3, episode Tres, as they say in Mexico and other Hispanic countries around the world. What's up, KB? How you doing, man? After a loss, anybody that's watching is probably like, "Yo, why is this man so excited right now,
Yo,
bro? Like everybody else is
honestly,
down."
honestly, bro, it's just a weight lifted off our shoulders. Like we finally, we lost, right? We don't need to be talking about like, hey,
We don't got to. We
or
don't got to
no,
be. What
like
was
I
it?
don't
The
want.
2020 Steelers? Who was? What Steelers team
Exactly.
was it that was like
That was 2020.
8 and
Yeah,
0? It was
that
2020.
they faced
Yeah,
us week 1, and then they went out to be like freaking like 11-0 or something like that. But
yeah, and
um,
they lost to. Didn't they lose to Washington
I think
that
that
year?
yeah, that might have been like their
Yeah,
second loss that they dropped, and like, oh, was it their first loss they dropped?
it was their first loss. Was to Washington.
Oh my God, that was Washington Super Bowl right there, man. But yeah, I'm just happy that like I'm not happy we lost, obviously, but I'm happy that we could actually like start thinking like rationally again and just start like we got humbled a bit, and I'm okay with being humbled because even though I was trying to avoid it the best way I was trying to avoid it, but like we're not gonna go 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. I kept thinking about it anyway. I kept thinking about like, oh damn, what if we beat Chicago? What if we beat Dallas? And then what if we go on and whoever else we play, well, Packers would probably be the end of the line. But I'm happy that we were humbled and back to the drawing board and let's just hope for the best for this team.
Yeah. Guys, shout out to everybody in the chat so far. We got Logan. That's my guy. What's up, man? How you doing? Danny Thomas, all the way back at 748. Namar, what's up, guys? How you doing? As you're coming in, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. If you're new, check out Kid Blue in the description down below. And most importantly, hit that share button to get your fellow Giants fans in here and anybody else that you notice. You're like, yo, Young Guns is live. You're not watching right now, bro? What are you doing? What up, Taj?
Facts.
How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in. Let me get your general thoughts off that week 3 loss. Obviously, me and you, we called the game together. Monday Night Football, the only primetime game that the Giants have this year, technically, because even though we have the Thanksgiving game, it's not really a primetime game. It's Thanksgiving game. It's like a 4:25 p.m. type of game. I don't necessarily consider it a primetime game. And the losing streak not only in the white uniforms continue, but the losing streak on Monday Night Football continues.
Yeah, I mean I guess it re-continued. I guess we won that game against the Eagles in the uniforms, but losing a game it was just always in the back of my mind. I predicted the Giants to win. I tried to use like I guess my positive Giants fan mindset, but it was always in the back of my mind because just primetime games in general, the Giants just don't do well in, man. It is what it is when the lights are bright. And honestly, you know what? I'll say this. We did not look good on Monday, right? But at the same time, you could see that we did the best with what we were dealt with, right? We did the best with what we have on the field out there. Dallas, let's make no mistake about it. Dallas is a decent team, like more than decent, even with Cooper Rush there. And Cooper Rush is probably one of the better backup quarterbacks in the NFL just by his recent track record. It just seems like he seems like he knows the offense well enough that he can just go off of it very easily. And it's not like he's a regular backup who's just been part of an offense system for a year or two. He's been a part of that system for about 6 years now, being with the Cowboys.
Wait, hold up. Serena? It's been a minute.
It has. It
It's been
has.
a minute.
It
What's up,
has.
yo? How you doing? It's been like almost a
And she
year,
just walked
bro.
up in here just like, hey everyone, without like addressing this. Where
No
have you been?
explanation,
Yeah.
bro. Like, anyway, man. I was gonna actually get to this next, bro. Before Cletus even commented it, I was
Yeah.
like, people are already throwing out trade situations
Yeah. I
out
made a
here.
video about it because
Saquon. Oh yeah, I did see you upload a video not too long ago about it. Not only Saquon, the craziest one, Andrew Thomas. I swear, if
that
you think
one
about trading
perplexed me.
anybody that's thinking about trading Andrew Thomas, I would usually say the Stephen A. Smith line, you're on crack, but no, you're on an ancient, undiscovered form
But
of crack if
but
you're
let
thinking
me
about
but
trading
but
Andrew Thomas.
but think about this, right? With like a rational thinking, right? when it comes to rebuilding teams, you usually get rid of the best players that are part of the least important positions, right? That's why Saquon is being thrown in there. Obviously, we don't want Saquon to be traded, but it's something to listen to. It's something that makes sense to a rebuilding team. It's a running back at the end of the day, generational talent or not. I don't want to get rid of him, but it's a conversation we need to have as like a fan base of a rebuilding team. Andrew Thomas, there are four.
He's literally the best graded offensive tackle in the league.
Listen. The great Paul Dottino, the great Paul Dottino, friend of the show. Paul Dottino said this years ago, and it always stuck with me. Okay, he said there are four major positions that you need to build a franchise with. That is quarterback, that is left tackle, that is cornerback, and that is edge rusher. Those are the four key positions. Nothing else matters. Those four key positions to building a team. And Andrew Thomas is not only a left tackle, he is the best left tackle in the league. Not only the best left tackle in the league, he is the best offensive lineman in the league, for crying out loud. Okay? There is no reason to get rid of Andrew Thomas. He is the rebuilding stone. Like, he is the cornerstone.
He is currently the only bright spot on the line.
Why would you get rid of Andrew Thomas?
Exactly.
Okay, I don't get it. Think about it. When you rebuild a team and you sell for draft picks, what's the position you're going after when you're selling draft picks? The tackle, the quarterback position. You already have the tackle. Like, if you're going to sell everything, you got to keep Andrew Thomas, because who's going to protect the quarterback you sold everything for? Come on. Come on, man. When I saw that on Twitter, I was flabbergasted, bro. I was perplexed. But yeah.
Shout out to Ash in here. Sabrina says she's been working 55 hours. Oh my God. That's like 15 hours of overtime, bro. That is a lot of time.
Sabrina, yo. I know how it feels. Sabrina. I work in the post office. Now I'm free of that because I'm a regular now, but I know what it feels like working 60 hours a week. During Christmas, I was working almost 70 hours a week during Christmas. So yeah. I know how you feel, Sabrina. It's exhausting. So
yo, Ash, let me ask you a favor, Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Hollywood on Twitter real quick, bro. Yo, share the stream out on Twitter, man, boy. Please. And thank you. But getting back to this trading thing,
I think he's talking about my video title.
I think he's talking about Andrew Thomas, but everybody's saying Andrew Thomas should be a trade piece. I agree with you in the sense that we should listen to more realistic ones. Like, Saquon's been in trade talks for what seems like years now, or trade once. I don't want him to be traded. The only reason I'm gonna disagree with even having this conversation right now, bro, is because this is how we're gonna react after one loss. We're still 2-1.
Exactly.
We still have a winning record.
Exactly. Like, think about this.
Like Chris said in the chat, let's go 3-1 this season. I mean, not this season, this Sunday, and we have a legitimate chance of going 3-1. By the way, guys, myself will be at the game. Kid Blue should be at the game, God willing, and Ash in the chat, he will be at the game as well. We're all sitting right next to each other.
That's gonna be fun. I hope, dear God, I hope Ian gets the hell out of my way, bro. But I appreciate that, Sabrina. Thank you so much. But yeah, that's just it's crazy. The Andrew Thomas talk, and on top of that, this is why Giants Twitter is so toxic, bro. So toxic. But I'm scrolling this morning and I'm just seeing people just all down in the dumps already. Just like, the season's over, throw it away. First of all, let's give ourselves a reality check. The only reason we won the first game is because Randy Bullock missed. Okay? Like, do we need to put it in plain English for you guys? We didn't really win that game. And I know everybody sugarcoated it, didn't want to talk about it because we wanted to be happy. We didn't win that game. The second game, I would say we deserved that win. I would say so. I would say we were the better team that day, even though Baker Mayfield was kind of moving with these. There were a lot of offensive mistakes on their side, on their part. But I think we deserved the second game. But come on, guys, come on. We were not a good team. You look at this team, we weren't 2-0 worthy. Okay, there was a reason why everybody was laughing at us while the other 5 teams looked good, and they were like, "Oh, the Giants are 2-0." That doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
but yeah,
not only that, but I didn't make it a topic. By the way, guys, we got 7 topics that we're gonna get into, and don't worry, we will get into it.
Yes.
A topic that I didn't make this time around was the coaching matters / praising our coaches, because I feel like it goes without saying at this point. The reason we're even we were 2-0 and we're even 2-1 right now is because these coaches are working magic all around with a roster that shouldn't be 2-1. And like, man, like we came on here before when we had Joe Judge and we thought that was great coaching. No, this is great coaching. Taking this roster and having a winning record so far in the season, even though it's still early.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That really tells to I don't want anybody to like misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we deserve to lose the Tennessee game. I'm saying we lost it pretty much because of the Randy Bullock kick, but the resilience that the coaching staff really like instilled in this team and had them fighting for the coaches, have had them fighting for the guys on the side and fighting for the fans. That shows a lot, man. Think about it. We faced 3 extremely good defenses. First of all, we faced the Tennessee Titans, who was the number 1 seed last season. You can debate if they're just not the same team they were last season. That's debatable. That's fine. But everyone knows they were the number 1 seed last season, and they have a really good defense. Like, there's no doubt about it. They have a really good defense, and we tore them up on the ground. Carolina, Brian Burns is top 5 in the NFL right now in pressures. And on top of that, Carolina is one of the best blitzing teams I've seen on film in a while. The Cowboys have probably the best, if not top 3 defense in the NFL right now. Like, we face some really good defenses, and you see we have David Sills as our number 2 receiver, okay? And we won 2 out of the 3 of those defenses, okay? We beat 2 out of the 3 of those defenses. So you could see the resilience that this coaching staff has on these players. And they're fighting, man. They're fighting for the fans. They're fighting for the franchise. They're fighting for their coaching staff. They're out there. They're putting in the work. We don't have necessarily the right guys out there, but if we keep that same mindset in there, when we do bring in better guys in there and they then gain that mindset, we'll start winning. We will start winning consistently and convincingly, okay? I promise you, if this keeps going in the same direction that we see it going, we are going to win games convincingly. I guarantee it.
Exactly. I'm just gonna highlight a couple of comments real quick from the chat. Chris says Ian will be far. You're good. Cletus says, he's sure it will hit Wilmington, North Carolina, like every other hurricane. If you're in North Carolina,
Yeah,
Cletus,
you guys are getting the
safe,
aftermath.
man.
You guys are
Stay
getting the
safe,
aftermath.
my man.
Yeah, but it should be it shouldn't even be much of a hurricane when it gets to North Carolina. It's going to be died out after that. But yeah, I'm currently, I don't know, maybe you guys will probably hear the wind gusts every once in a while. But yeah, I'm currently
We're not
going through
hearing
it right
anything,
now.
bro. I'm gonna keep it real with you. There's
That's
nothing
good.
but your voice coming through. Yeah.
That's good. It's
Not
good. But
hearing
yeah,
anything.
it's crazy out there. But we out here.
And of course we understand, bro. No need. We understand. You good.
We understand.
Shout out to Toast, member in the chat. And your Raju says he's gonna be there at the game. We're also gonna be at the game. So, feel
fan
free,
meetup. Let's go. Subscriber
yeah.
meetup. Let's do it.
Now, with that being said, KB, I think it's just about time that we get into the first topic of the show.
Jones flips and somehow got it to James. What a throw, what a catch, first down.
And as you saw there by that little clip, Daniel Jones played pretty well last night. I will be one of the first people to admit there was a couple plays where he did impress me, specifically with avoiding the rush. Now, it's not saying much because he still ended up getting sacked 6 times and pressured 24 times on 30 dropbacks. 5 times. Thank you for correcting me. And we will talk more about that with the offensive line specifically, literally the topic after this. But there was a couple times where he avoided the pressure, stepped up, like faked out defenders using his speed by slowing down, and we were like, "What? He has that in his bag? Like, what's going on here?"
I mean, you snake guys were like, "Oh, I'm throwing it. No, I'm running
it." made a couple throws like under intense pressure that I was like, "Hold up, is this Daniel Jones that I'm seeing on my screen right now?" But at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. It's like the games where he played mid, we win, and the games where he plays above average, we lose. Go ahead, KD.
Yeah, I feel like this is Daniel Jones' best game of the season so far. He had like 2 throws in his game that would be up there as his like top 5 throws that he's ever thrown. Like he made some really good throws last night. And 100, everybody sees the stat line, 196 passing yards, no touchdowns and interception, and people think, "Oh man, this guy did nothing." This man did everything. Like, he is the reason why we did anything on offense. Okay. The wide receivers couldn't get open. I wasn't able to watch all the entirety of the film. But I did watch the majority of the offense. And let me tell you, man, I can't wait to make that video for you guys because like usually it's just normal to see the offense, the wide receivers going downfield and nobody's open and Daniel had to run for his life. But my God, with the amount of time that Daniel had, it made it look even worse. I mean, first of all, I have a little bit of a problem with Mike Kafka in this game. I'd never had to say that before. A little bit of a problem with Mike Kafka. Maybe Brian Dable because of the play designs, because I'm pretty sure Dable is the one that makes the play designs.
We'll talk about that too later on.
But there were too many. We see the wide receiver matchup with, and I guess we'll get to receivers later. So I guess I'll stick that. I'll put that away for now.
Stick to Daniel as much as possible.
I'll stick to Daniel as much as possible. But he did everything. He made all the right throws. He made the right decisions. There wasn't a lot of those plays that you like circling, like, oh my God, you missed this guy. There wasn't a lot of that this game. First of all, he didn't have time to even do that. Plays weren't even developing in time for him to do that. You see the 79 rushing yards. Like whenever
a lot of those rushing yards was just him escaping the broken down pocket. And I'd say 2 or 3 of those runs I did not expect to be 10 to 15 yard runs, and I was like, how did that turn out to be a 10 to 15 yard run?
He did it a lot with his legs, and I'm very appreciative that he did that in prime time, so people could see that like he can throw and he can run, man. Like he's not just like a freaking meme. Like he could throw and he could run. I would say I'm proud of Daniel Jones. There's really not much any other quarterback could have done in this game, to be honest with you. Unless we're talking about an experienced quarterback that can call his own plays, like an Aaron Rodgers calls his own plays, a Peyton Manning called his own plays. Like, Aaron Rodgers doesn't do it anymore because, new coaching staff. But I'm talking about like quarterbacks that call their own plays would probably be able to like get this done and have a better stat line. But if you're going through what the coach is telling you and stuff like that, there's really not much you could have done in this game, guys. Like Daniel Jones did all he can do, and plus some, because not a lot of quarterbacks have the mobility he has to escape the pocket and run for some extra yardage. 79 rushing yards added on to his 196 pass yard total is good compared like to what we saw on film. So yeah, it's sad.
So first off, shout out to NYG31 in the chat. He said thank you for having him on the panel last night. Of course, bro, call and show. Anybody and everybody is welcome. Toast says, feel bad for DJ. Receivers taking lessons from Evan Ingram. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about Evan Ingram. I was just thinking about that 2016 wild card playoff game
when everybody's dropped the ball.
Yeah, when everybody's dropping, because it's like it wasn't one guy, it was a couple dudes dropping passes. Gabe Rodriguez says, what's going on with all the Saquon talk? We addressed it very, I guess, succinctly earlier towards the beginning of the show, where it's just like, I feel like people are overreacting at this point with one loss. We're still a team that has a winning record. It's still 14 games left in the season. Saquon being in trade talks or being people/fans talking about trading him isn't necessarily new. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've been a fan of the Giants for the past couple of years, he's been involved in these talks
it's
before.
Always been the Bills.
And it's literally every single time it's been the Bills without fail. Bills. Crazy. The more crazy thing though, Gabe, that we talked about is people talking about Andrew Thomas trade, and I'm just like, y'all need to stay off the shrooms, because that's gotta be what it is.
That's
yeah. Brainless. Shout out to Hit Squad in the chat. What's up, man? You guys, go over there, check out Hit Squad Productions for sure. And in terms of Daniel Jones, yeah, I'm kind of with you. He played his best game of the season, and he played one of the best games of his career, which at the same time has a lot of irony to it, KB, because it's like that was one of his best games of his career. It doesn't really speak to much in terms of his ceiling so far with the Giants. And I'm not going to try too much to turn this into a Daniel Jones like hate conversation for the topic, but I feel like it did show us some limitations, even though he did the best that he could have done.
That one's hard for me because it's hard to evaluate that, because I acknowledge Daniel Jones has limitations. I don't think this game displays it all that well. I think if we want to talk about limitations,
not that game specifically, more towards the point I was making, like this was one of the best games he played. And I feel like this shouldn't be one of the best games he's played, if that makes any sense, over the course of a 4-year career.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Sense. And with that, I wouldn't rank it high as one of the best games he's played. He definitely is one of the best games he's had in
so Tampa Bay is up there. Detroit from his rookie year is up there. And
he started really well. Well, any game he played against Washington in the beginning of his career was
true. He always does. I don't
he
know
started.
why. He kills Washington, though.
Yeah, he kills Washington. He started really well against us in that Cincinnati game until he got hurt. But I won't count that because he only played a half. But this is definitely up there as like one game to like point at and say, look, Daniel Jones could do something. He actually got a lot of like, and that's why I'm saying I'm happy that he got to do this on prime time, even though the team lost.
Saints. To be fair, not to be
Saints
fair,
game.
but you're right. The entire offense last year did well against the Saints.
Yeah, that game was awesome. Yeah, and ironically enough, I mean, all his pieces were available that game.
Yeah.
So, but this is why I say that I'm happy that he got his chance in prime time to show people, because now he's actually getting some attention from like bigger.
When
like,
you look on
NFL
Twitter,
sites, they're talking about him a lot.
giving him love, which part of me
yeah, there was people defending him that weren't Giants fans.
I was
like,
kind of happy about that, but
what?
at the same time, there's dudes going way overboard. You saw a couple of tweets.
Oh my God, there was just one guy
players saying that he's Josh Allen without an O-line. I'm
Oh,
like, all right,
yeah,
we need to
Charles-
stop. We
Charles
need
James,
to
listen.
pump
Yeah.
the brakes.
I
What's
love
going
Charles
on?
James. I love Charles James. He was a New York Giant in like
He was a
2014,
Giant,
2015. He was like a
Respect to Charles James.
a Hard Knocks star in like for the Houston Texans. I love him, but let's pump it down. Like we went through this already, Charles James, and you probably don't know about that, but yeah, stop comparing it because it started giving me flashbacks from the offseason. But but he had a lot of media attention. Like there was a lot of people like
Positive
making videos,
for like the first
making
time
positives
in a long time.
saying I opened up TikTok and it's usually like always like Daniel Jones slander, not even slander, just Daniel Jones, I guess critiquing. But I opened up TikTok, opened up Twitter, and like they're defending him. They're like, dude, how this guy has no weapons. Like there was it was an ESPN show. I think it was Get Up or something like that. And I don't know who said it. I think it was, I don't want to say it was Jeff Saturday because he doesn't like the Giants, but I can't remember who it was. But they were like,
It probably was Jeff Saturday because I saw tweets being retweeted.
Yeah, they were like, you can't. I think it was Jeff Saturday. He was like, you cannot expect this guy to ball out or do anything with providing him no weapons at all. No weapons at all. Dude, a former quarterback from West Virginia is our number 2 wide receiver. David Sills used to play quarterback in college, and he's a wide receiver. Okay, the technician himself. And I'm sick of it. It was a joke in the beginning, and I'm sick of it. Kush, I'm done.
The technician cost him an interception. Let's keep it real.
Yes, and there was still people. All right,
you know what's hilarious? He tried to pull that same knee-breaking move that I've been mocking him for the entire offseason in game, and he tripped.
Dude, I don't understand. That was a normal post route. Why did you need to like fake outside, bro? You already had separation. Like I can understand if the guy was skin tight on you and you had to make a double move, bro. He was still off of you, bro. You could just made a cut real quick, and that's it. You're the technician, bro. Oh my God, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm sick of this wide receiving core. We'll get into that later. But as far as Daniel Jones goes, man, I'm proud of him. I am actually proud of him in this game. He was like, this is like, everybody's talking about this, but nobody, I guess, understands this. He was pressured the most 24 times, 24 times, the most in his career, the most by any Giants quarterback since 2009.
The most by, like you said, the most by any Giants quarterback since 2009.
And Eli had his worst years in 2013,
also
2014.
The most, bro, the most by any quarterback in the NFL so far this year. And Joe Burrow's been getting pressured like crazy. We all know that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's the most pressured quarterback in the NFL.
With all that considered, yeah, I'm right with you. I'm like, I don't know if proud is the right word because I'm not like a father figure or anything to feel proud, but I'm like, I'm so happy with his. Or not happy isn't the right word either. I'm just like, I'm so glad. I was so excited to see him perform the way he performed because it's like there's only one more thing he needs to do to me if he plays a game like this in the future, and that's all right. Now you got to hit the guys down the field, and it wasn't a perfect game.
Yeah.
It wasn't a perfect game. He missed a couple guys down the field, but I'm not really gonna get on him for that because it wasn't the biggest problem. Yeah, but if he does what he did this game and combine it with hitting those guys down the field. You're talking about, okay, maybe you can offer us something to the future, Daniel.
And this is what annoys me. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I was just going to say, it's like a microcosm of his career. It's like, we've seen a game like this before where it's like, yo, he's out here flashing.
Bro, isn't it like, Isn't it like, damn, you wish that Daniel Jones really came on a lot sooner, so there's a possibility you can keep him. Like there's something like in the back of my mind always. 'Cause I've been supporting Daniel Jones since day one, even though I was one of those guys that ranted when we drafted him. There was always in the back of my mind, Daniel Jones could be something, but we're not gonna have the time to get that out of him. And I'm gonna be so jealous when like a team like I'm not gonna necessarily say like for sure, like because they have a quarterback already in Trey Lance, but like the 49ers, if the 49ers were able to get someone like Daniel Jones, if Daniel Jones goes to a team like that, not necessarily the 49ers specifically.
Well, they got Trey.
That's what I'm saying. They got Trey right now.
What you're
but
saying.
Specifically, a very organized offense, a run-centric offense.
I get what you're saying. If he could go to some place where he's not gonna get killed and he has some decent weapons, maybe he could do something.
I'm gonna be so. It's like letting.
You know what's hilarious, bro?
Like,
the team that he probably could go to that may take a chance on him. The team that's been taking chances on quarterbacks these past 2 years, and they might fire their head coach. I was gonna say Carolina.
Oh, Carolina. The Saints is one too because they don't have a quarterback, and Jameis Winston ain't gonna be. Jameis Winston ain't gonna be there much longer.
I'm rooting for Jameis. I'm gonna keep it real.
I'm rooting for Jameis too, but he's like going back to FSU Jameis and like just throwing mindless picks or mindless passes. He didn't get.
Let me get these. Let me get these comments real quick, and then we got to wrap it up because we got to head on to the next topic. Mike B says DJ looked amazing out there. If he had wide receivers, this would have been a different game. Ash says Lavid Lils. I got to bring back the stuff when it's somebody that we like, we put a W in front of their name, and when somebody that we don't like, you put the L in front of their name. Mike B says, nah, fans wanted David Sills on the fields. They got their wishes. I'm going to keep correcting people. Who is fans, bro? Who is we? You know what I'm saying? It's a very small sect of Giants fans, the Sills army. Ain't nobody else was asking for this man to hit the field. I'm just going to put that out there, man. Dave Rodriguez says, I feel bad for DJ. His last season as a Giant, no matter how well he does, this is his last season. There's too much water on the bridge. I completely agree with you. Nothing for me to disagree right there. A vet says, remember when DJ hit Richie on the sideline off his back foot? Do I remember? Is the video I used to introduce this topic. If you looked at the video I used to introduce the topic, it was that throw because I thought that was his best throw of the night.
Bro, not only that, like Saquon was even saying it too. When in his press conference, he said, bro, that throw that I saw to Richie was insane. Like, you guys, like, we see it on camera and you see it in the broadcast. You're like, oh, damn, he threw a good throw. You got to realize the amount of skill it takes to. First of all, we already acknowledged that, and we'll move on right now. But first of all, we got to acknowledge how well Daniel Jones like throws the football. Like, he throws it very like nicely, tight spirals and all. He threw it off his back foot as he was getting hit, threw it over a defender and over another, and got it to Richie James, who is a like 5'10" wide receiver. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But
that was
awesome.
An impressive throw.
That was awesome.
Shout out to Big Dash Notes in the chat. How you doing, Dash? And Ash says another team we were talking about could be the Colts. Yeah, the Colts have been taking chances on quarterbacks as well. Guys, before we go on to the next topic, if you like it, hit the like button and please do share it. Let's go to the next one.
Pressure from the edge and a sack. Lawrence got him again.
So, as y'all saw there, DeMarcus Lawrence had like 3 sacks on us last night. I know I have Evan Neal here. I still love Evan Neal. But I was telling KB before the stream, I'm not putting no Mark Lewinsky on the Young Guns podcast, but I'm not putting no Ben Bredesen on my channel like that. Or like, what's his name? Feliciano. I'm gonna put Evan Neal, bro.
Ben Bredesen.
And also at the same time, even though I love Evan Neal, I'm not about to excuse his bad performance because he had Evan Neal was getting pegged out there, bro.
Bro, why you gotta say that? That's just disrespectful to Evan Neal, bro. My son didn't call for that, man. Come on.
As y'all read it, the offensive line was offensive. Go ahead, KB.
Oh, that was, yes, it was offensive. And listen, and like Evan Neal is one of the worst graded tackles in like the NFL right now. And as far as PFF goes, I don't read too much into it, but I mean, there's that. He also leads the NFL in sacks given up. He only allowed 1 prior to last night, which he allowed 3 to DeMarcus Lawrence. And there were plenty of other times he was beat either by Micah Parsons or he was beat on a stunt or whatever. And yeah, he was just getting bullied all game, and we expected this. We honestly,
even Evan Neal at the end of the game, bro, he was like, "That was the worst game I ever played in my life."
Oh, yeah, and
I'm like, "You're damn right it was. You better not make it happen again."
Yeah, he said it with no hesitation. Like the person asked him, he was like, was this the worst game you ever played in my life? He didn't have to think about it. He said, yep, this was the worst game I've ever played in my life. And so he acknowledges that. He's going to get back into, back in the lab and start working and watching film and seeing what he did wrong. From what I saw on film, for the little I saw of Evan Neal on film, on the offense, he focused too much. Like, I don't know. He was in his own head. He stopped moving his feet, so guys were able to get past him. He also stopped using his hands. Like, there was one play, one of DeMarcus Lawrence's sacks that he got on Daniel Jones. He like stopped kick sliding. He just he hit he punched at DeMarcus Lawrence and grabbed his hand, and it almost looked like he was holding his hand to Daniel Jones. Like, it was like he was walking him to Daniel Jones because he didn't know what else to do. It looked like he was in his own head, that he didn't know what else to do. The game. And this is something we heard Andrew Thomas say, and a lot of offensive tackles or offensive linemen say. The game was moving too fast. It wasn't processed. He wasn't processing what he was seeing. The game was moving too fast. Offensive linemen say it all the time that the NFL is so much faster in the trenches than collegiately, than in the college level. And it just looked like, to me, Evan Neal, everything was moving too fast for him. DeMarcus Lawrence, the stunts inside, he was processing too much, and it showed. It showed. He wasn't moving his feet, wasn't moving his hands. He just looked like flat out just confused out there. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah. Shout out to G-Man for life in here as well, and the vets. To anybody. Yo, do you see Ash's comment, bro? Do you see Ash's comment?
Yeah, look at events right above it, man.
Yeah.
What are you starting over here?
Bro, but listen.
What kind of channel do you run over here, bro?
Listen, bro, DeMarcus was clapping some cheeks, bro.
Bro,
I'm gonna call it as it is, bro.
And you get at me, bro.
DeMarcus Lawrence was breaking his back, bro.
Bro, see your mic, bro. Cut your mic out too, bro.
I had to take off my camera a little bit because I'm gonna have people walk through real quick,
bro.
But I'm gonna continue to talk,
bro. This is nonsense.
I'm not cutting my mic, bro. Nah, listen, bro. He was getting manhandled last night.
On live YouTube right now that Evan Neal was. I'm not even gonna repeat it, bro. I'm not even.
Why won't you repeat it?
Because it's foul, man. Come on, man. Look at Evan
bro.
Neal's face, man. He's sad. You just said that she's in
listen,
shock.
Y'all know that I still love Evan Neal. That I still think this man is gonna be the future of the right tackle for the New York Giants.
He got pegged, man. What are you talking about?
All right, you gotta stop. You see, you focusing too much on it, bro. Why is that?
You're creating a culture here,
on,
and it's dangerous. All right.
Of course, pause is necessary. All right, pause is 100% necessary. But as I was gonna say, yeah, like, let's not get nothing misconstrued. He's still gonna be that guy in the future, I believe. But he had a really, really bad game, and I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I'd say half of it isn't even his fault, because if you're Mike Kafka or Brian Daboll, and you know DeMarcus Lawrence, who is a Pro Bowl caliber edge rusher, he always plays well against the Giants. It's like he plays at an all-pro level against the Giants. Why would you leave your rookie right tackle, who through the first 2 weeks of the season has been struggling, like, alone? Granted, somebody told me that we spent a lot of like extra running backs and tight ends on the inside helping out the left guard position. I mean, I don't know if that was the right. Nobody could tell alternate realities. I feel like you should still be chipping DeMarcus out there, man.
I agree completely with you. And the running backs, when they're on like checking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you see what Ash said?
Yes, I know. That's why I laughed while you were talking. I held it in because I didn't want to interrupt you. But Ash,
yeah,
you're sick, bro. You're sick. It's a sick human being right there. But I understand, like, from a running back's perspective, like, when they're on check and releases and stuff like that, and they're blocking, they're pretty much just getting anybody that gets through the offensive line. So I understand that. But as far as tight ends go, I noticed.
I'm gonna be back literally in 2 seconds. Just keep talking.
I got you. I've noticed that the tight ends were lining up a lot on the left side of the field. Like, Bellinger was constantly, like, when we did those rollouts, we did 2 rollouts where Bellinger got the ball, and Bellinger was lined up on the left side. A lot of the times I've seen all the tight ends line up on the left side, whether it's chipping a block or running a route or whatever the case is. I said the same thing. I said, why do we have the tight end? Like, I know, like, based on the play design, based on what you see out in the field, you want to put your tight end in the best position to succeed. But at the same time, you telling me you just can't switch up the plays a little bit and put the tight end on the right side? This should have been something that you should have game planned in the first place, to have the tight end help chip and help Evan Neal, because We even knew it. We're not freaking in the NFL. We talked about it on Young Guns. Evan Neal was going to be targeted in this game. Like there was no secret. Like forget about the interior offensive line. That edge rush where Micah
Which we'll get
Parsons
to like as soon as we finish with Evan
yeah,
Neal. Yeah, the interior still struggled. Like, don't get
yeah,
it twisted. They were still trash.
Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dorrance Armstrong, whoever was there, I mean, was just bullying Evan Neal. And that should have been the game plan to start it. But even coming out of halftime, you should be putting your tight ends there to block. First of all, Bellinger is a blocking tight end. So that, I mean, that's what he is. So you don't have the Evan Engram excuse. So you have Bellinger there. You got Myrick there. You got freaking Tanner Hudson, who is okay as a blocker, it seems like. But yeah, you had guys there to help Evan Neal. Why didn't we do that? But, I don't know.
Yeah. Let me get this super chat real quick. I was going to go and get a couple other comments. Shout out to Tudo Azuri for the $5 super chat as usual. I appreciate it, Tudo. He says, massive salute to Gio and Kush Nation for all diehard Giants fans in America. Slap all the stinky boys losers and forget all the cowards all day. Yeah, we don't address the commies because they're not worth addressing, but I appreciate it too, though. And let me get some of these comments right here. Tommy, for one, says, DJ looked like a stud playing with a bunch of lemons. If you want to rewind, Tommy, I'm not sure when you popped in. We talked about Daniel Jones as the first topic of the night. It was just a couple minutes ago. Let's see here. Everybody making the Evan Neal jokes. Tommy then said, we lost by 6 to a top 5 defense with our D-team receivers. That interior O-line stopped running the ball and feeding tight ends, drops, refs, poor situational play calling, no 12 personnel to help the rush. Tommy, you listen off everything. I'm not going to lie to you. He listed off every single thing that went wrong, bro. Interior line, stop running the ball. The refs had questionable calls, but I'm gonna let it slide because we got away with a heinous call in the end zone, bro. We completely got away with that Darnay Holmes thing in the end zone.
Oh yeah.
Situational play calling as well. You listen it off, man. Shout out to Joseph Clark in the chat. What up, Joseph? How you doing? Now, getting off Evan Neal a little bit, letting him rest because he's gonna get enough flack as it is from the New York media and stuff for being, a 7th overall pick that's struggling. Let's talk about this interior offensive line. I said it since the offseason. I'm going to continue saying it. I'm sorry. I don't think Feliciano is the center. Like, any answer at center, I really want somebody else. And one thing I was wrong about, and that Mark Lewinsky, I don't know what happened to this man in the offseason, but he does not look the same he did with the Colts.
It just seems like every, offensive lineman we get in free agency that is good just gets bad with us, bro. Just gets bad with us. Like, it doesn't matter who we get over here as an offensive lineman. They're just not good. And I had high hopes from Mark Lewinsky. He was graded nicely by PFF. A lot of people had he was part of one of the best offensive lines in football last season with Indianapolis, and I had high hopes. And yeah, he got pushed back a lot, man. He got bull rushed a lot. And that's not just this game. That's like every game. Every game he was getting pushed back a lot, and I let weeks 1 and 2 slide because I'm like, okay, he's new, they're a new offensive system, but I expected you to be a little better than this, though. So yeah.
Joseph,
Coolio's dead.
What happened? What?
Coolio, I just seen that too on Twitter.
What are you talking about, bro?
Coolio.
Where do you see that in the chat, though?
Tommy for one, Tommy.
What?
Coolio died, bro.
He's dead?
Oh, snap.
There's no way. Yo, rest in peace, Coolio, bro.
Damn, bro.
Are you for real? Damn. Yo, rest in peace to Coolio. Yeah, passed away at 59. I hope it was like a legit passing that he didn't get. Because there's been a lot of rapping shootings, man. So I hope it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that came out of nowhere. Wow.
Dang.
I don't want to make it seem like I'm acting like the situation, but to get back to the Giants. But rest in peace to Coolio for sure. I won't act as if he was somebody I actively listened to, but like everybody knows Gangsta's Paradise. It's it's one of the most iconic songs of all time. Everybody knows that. Cardiac Arrest. Thanks for letting me know. Dash. Damn. At least he's one shot, man. I'm glad it wasn't something like that.
What up, Silver?
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Joseph. When Joseph says, "Forget this past game, let's move on to the next and win more winnable games and see young guys develop." That's what I said at the beginning of the stream. We're still gonna go through what went wrong this game because I believe addressing what's wrong or addressing what went wrong this game is going to help us move forward to the next game with Chicago. But I'm completely with you. I feel like we shouldn't overreact. We're still 2-1. We still have a winning record. There's still 14 weeks of football left, and we'll see how those 14 weeks play out, man. Oh man, Tommy, that's all right. That's not a good way to go either. He says he went to the bathroom and he never came out at the friend's house.
Damn,
Jesus.
man.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Coolio. And what up, Sober Party? How you doing? In terms of the interior, though, is there anything else you'd add? I mean, Glowinski seems to take a step back. I don't like Feliciano in general, and I wish that we draft a center this draft. Even if
We
Nick Gates
definitely
comes back,
will.
I just want us to draft a center.
I really don't think Feliciano is that bad. Like I was impressed with him week 1 and a little bit of week 2. Didn't really see too much in week 3 on him to really give an opinion, but I think he's serviceable until we get a center. He's definitely not going to be our guy at center, and I agree with you on that one. So I mean, we'll just wait it out for the season to get a new center. I am interested. I know what I'm not interested of knowing that, because I probably know the reason why. Ben Bredesen stood in the whole game, and I assumed the reason why was because Josh Zuda was just not ready to face that Cowboys rush, just not ready.
Yeah,
and Bredesen probably wasn't even the biggest problem. So, my lights are flickering a bit.
I see it. Is the hurricane? Is it striking more? Did it get louder outside?
It looks the same
For
to
those
me.
that don't know, KB is in Florida, so
yeah. So don't be surprised if it just goes pure, goes right off. So don't be surprised.
Nah, bro,
yeah.
we're not gonna hear anything. We're just gonna see the wall behind you crumble, and I'm just gonna see rain.
The roof is gonna tear. It's gonna peel off like a Band-Aid.
And we're gonna keep the podcast going, bro. Like, what you talking about? Make sure you hold on to your mic. Yeah. Let me get these last comments, and we'll get on to the next topic of the night here. G-Man for Life says, we will beat Green Bay to make up for the Cowboys. I hope so. I mean, I would love to, but let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Let's focus on the Bears before we focus on the London game. Michael says, I like Makai Polk. Is that a player? Makai Polk?
Nope. I don't know.
I'm sorry if that was something I was supposed to know.
Maybe talking about a center prospect soon. That's probably what he's
talking about. If that's the case, I definitely don't know. If that's the case. But guys, with that being said, let's move on to the next topic of the night.
Giants trying for yards, and then a field goal try. Galladay can't make the catch. The catch. 2 snaps against Carolina.
All right, let's talk about before we talk about any
this
receiver.
Is depressing. This one's the most depressing topic.
Oh, thank you, Michael. He just let us know we signed him today from the Ravens, wide receiver. I'm assuming like not a guy that's going to be a game changer, but depth, because we need depth, and we'll definitely talk about that. But first, go ahead with your Kenny Galladay spiel, man.
Bro, just like in general, bro. First of all, get that dude off my team, bro. Get this dude off my team, bro. That dude right there, get him off my team. He's and give him back 84 because he doesn't deserve 13. Okay, give him back 84. He doesn't deserve. David Sills is garbage. Okay, Richie James is okay, and you know what? We'll get into Galladay in a second, but David Sills should not be out there at all. And Richie James, although he's doing such a great job for us, technically he shouldn't be out there either. Like, what do we? Richie James and David Sills were like roster bubble guys, okay? And they're starting for us, and it's not due to injury. Well, Kadarius is because he's hurt now. Wandale because he's hurt now. But they were still out there week 1, okay? They were still out there week 1 over other guys, and Kenny Galladay too. This is crazy. It was a joke in the beginning, and it's not a joke anymore, okay? I do not want to go the rest of the season with freaking David Sills as my starting wide receiver. Kenny Galladay, bro, I don't want to ever hear anything coming out of your mouth talking about I deserve to play, because I was starting to give you sympathy, and you just stripped it away, because now I don't give a damn. Now you're playing special teams, okay? You're playing gunner, all right? So go out there and go hunt down that punt returner, and that's going to be your job for the rest of the season, okay? Thank you.
I saw a tweet by El Jefe, shouts El Jefe on Twitter, that was hilarious, and I'm just like, I agree with it so much. He's like, hey, NFL teams, trade for Kenny Galladay. You could now have him for the low price of please just get this man off my team. I'm like, yeah.
Bro,
can we start a GoFundMe where the fans fund the Giants to eat the dead cap space.
There's so much Giants fans. I feel like we could pay his entire salary,
Bro, everybody just donate $1. There's got to be 20-something million Giants fans out there, bro.
Facts, bro.
Just pay
Facts.
$1.
And you know what? I'll boost it, bro. I'll give you 5, bro. If everybody just give it
5 whole dollars, bro?
yes, bro. Bro, I would give my paycheck to have this man off the team, bro. What are you talking about? Okay.
This man said his old paycheck.
Well, my income tax, not my paycheck. You know, my income tax comes in, boom, give it to him. Send it away. Let him go. Let him go. Have a great life, Kenny. I don't want you to see you here anymore. Okay? I don't want to see your face anymore.
But in terms of adding a wide receiver to the roster, so it seems like we added Mekhi Polk. I'm gonna have to look at that because of the fact that I didn't really know his name, and I'm gonna assume he's it's like a practice squad player, a third string player. I'm fine with that. I was actually gonna go somewhere completely different with this, where I'm like, I don't think the Giants should add any wide receivers to the roster. Now, hear me out. And when I say that, I mean anybody that might cost more than a vet minimum, because that's what some fans want right now. Some fans want us to go out and get somebody that could be a game changer, but there's nobody available that can be a game changer. Some fans want us to go and get somebody that might cost more than the vet minimum, and it's just like, let us not do that, because if it's gonna take for us to add some wide receivers to this roster, that we're gonna have to start borrowing money from the future, and we already borrowed money from the future for this year. Like, we already pushed money back. We were supposed to have near $100 million in cap space next year. It's down to like $50 or $60 million because of all the finagling Joe Shane had to do. I'm not blaming him, but he just had to do that for us to be an operable team this year.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mortgage the future or compromise any part of the future to get some wide receivers over here when this is still a rebuilding team and rebuilding year. If we win a lot of games, that's a bonus. That's a plus. Obviously, we'll take it. If we make the playoffs somehow, like, huge bonus, huge success. But don't go signing or looking to trade for wide receivers like I've seen some Giants fans suggest on Twitter, when it's like, well, this is not the year to do that. You know what I mean?
And that guy that we got, Polk, I think he was signed onto the practice squad because we filled Sterling Shepard's spot with Fabian Moreau. So
thank you, Michael. Michael keep dropping the facts. And shout out to Sober Party. Michael says Polk led the SEC in receptions last year. Wandale led the SEC in receiving yards.
Yeah, so I think he was third in receptions in AC, whatever conference that he comes from. But yeah. As far as adding a wide receiver now, I think by default you gotta have to, because your depth chart is getting thin. But I guess it really matters on like what quality receiver you want, and I don't think the Giants should. They have no, even though it sucks to say this, they have no reason to get like an experienced guy in here because we're rebuilding. It was like, what are you gonna do with this guy? Like, and I'm pretty sure, oh, maybe they're sitting on the couch and they have nothing better to do though. They'll go to a rebuilding team like the Giants. But I don't know. I as far as adding a receiver, I think you have to, but I don't expect like a experienced veteran in here that had success in the league.
Even then, I'm just like, yo, just keep the guys that we have and run with it, yo. Yeah. Like, Darius Slayton is now going to be forced to see time, and honestly, I'm fine with it. Darius Slayton might end up being our savior. I'm not even joking,
bro. At least he could get open. I could already see it happening.
You know what's funny, bro? At least
you're gonna start him again, and he's just gonna blow up, bro.
It's not even a joke though. He's probably the only receiver on this roster that we know for a fact can get open. For some reason, nobody else so far this year has been getting open.
There was a route I seen of Darius Slayton. It was one of Daniel Jones' sacks.
That if he wasn't sacked, he was going. Yeah. He was going all the way to.
Yo, you saw it? You saw it?
I saw it.
It was like a sluggo route. Well, not sluggo. It was out and up, and he beat that corner with his speed, and the safety had no idea he was there, so he had one-on-one coverage. I have a feeling Darius Slayton is gonna like make an appearance here, and he's like gonna try to earn everybody's respect back. I guarantee it. I guarantee by the end of the season,
I welcome it, man.
I welcome it too, and I guarantee you they're gonna start using Darius Slayton more now. And
they have to.
They have to.
Yo, let's count off on our hands
and bench David Still's ass, bro.
Listen, Kenny Galladay, who went to Enron University, and I'm not sure if his agent should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, or if his agent should be in prison. So we got Kenny Galladay.
Both.
We got we got the technician David Sills.
Oh god.
We got Darius Slayton. We got Richie James, right? Can't forget Richie James.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be like the starting four next week. And then you need somebody else in terms of injuries. Colin Johnson is still on the roster, I think, and Makai Polk. That's your 6 receivers going into next week. So it's like they're gonna be forced to involve Darius Slay against.
On IR.
He's on
But,
IR. Oh damn! I didn't even realize he was on
Colin
IR.
Johnson ain't coming back, but I'm hoping we get like Kadarius or Wandale back. I don't know if that's a possibility, but
I don't know what's happening with Wandale, bro.
they're both limited, so that's a good sign. So who knows? But I'm hoping we get one of them back. And to be honest with you, bro, let me be honest, bro. I don't like Wandale, the Wandale pick. I'm starting not because of the injury, not because of the injury, not because of the injury, not because of the injury. It's like the more I'm looking at this team, the way they run things, I don't know if Wandale is like he's too much of a gadget guy. Like Richie,
I was gonna say I don't like the way they've used him so far. I'm confused by even though it's very short, I know it's been very short, guys. But even in preseason, the way all we've seen is they've just been using him in gadget plays, and I'm like, you're not gonna use him as an actual receiver.
On top of that, he was never able to create like separation on routes. Like he's so small and like I don't know, I can't explain it, but when he runs those smaller routes, holy crap, yo, that wind is crazy, bro. I can't even see outside. That wind is freaking like foggy. Jesus. But he was never able to create separation on those shorter routes. And guys are just like the linebackers are just bigger than him. Safeties are bigger than him. Like when they're covering him, like he's not able to create any separation. He catches the ball and he goes right down. You know, he doesn't like he's not like Sterling Shepard, who he's small, but he could evade like break tackles. He can't do that. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if Wanda's gonna impact this team.
No, I haven't looked into it that deep. I just don't like the way they've used him so far. And whenever he comes back, I'm just like, can you just put some actual routes out there for him? Give him some meaningful snaps and stuff.
Don't just put him on a freaking 5-yard curl and like, hey, find his off zone.
Yeah, Raj. In terms of what seats we're gonna be in section 310. The reason we're sitting that high up, 1, cheapness. 2, I had to purchase like 7 tickets in a huge group, and when you're purchasing 7 tickets in a row, you're like the only place you're gonna get 7 empty seats in a row is like gonna be the bleeders, basically. Vet says, I honestly don't care. If we really care about the franchise, we'll trade Andrew Thomas for a wide receiver. Okay, Vets is trolling. That was a tweet, guys. That went around on Twitter. He's trolling. Don't take him seriously.
I think there was. I think this is the tweet you're referring to, bro. It had like 30 quote tweets and like no likes. Bro, they were just roasting this man, bro.
You should see the quote tweet that I did, bro.
Oh man, they were just roasting this man.
Exactly. And Ash says, yo, if we trade away Andrew Thomas for a wide receiver, I'll blow up Joe Shane's house. FBI, he's joking.
Authorities, in a video game. He's chilling. He's talking about Minecraft. He's on Joe Shane's server.
GTA.
Yes.
He's not going to do it.
He's on Joe Shane's server, okay?
Yeah, exactly. But from wide receivers to running back, we just spoke a little bit of how they use Wandale. I want to talk about how they're using our running backs in Saquon.
Nice cut. There he goes. Saquon to the end zone. Touchdown, Giants.
Saquon Barkley had another great game, in my opinion, but was severely underutilized. He had 81 yards on 14 carries, and anytime this man ends on anything less than like 20 carries, I'm like, what happened? And you notice it throughout the game as well. We say it every single week, KB. We say it in Young Guns. We say it when we're calling the games live. I say it when I'm doing Just Chillin', the call-in show. Every single time. They just don't want to use Saquon Barkley for some reason. It's like they're scared if they use him too much, he's going to go down. And it's like you can't have that mentality with him, even though he has a little bit of an injury history. He should be completely healthy now. He looks completely healthy now. He looks stronger than ever. He looks just as fast. He's going to get no yards when he gets stuffed at the box. But you see the pattern. Then he's going to get 1 or 2 yards. Then it's 3 yards. Then it's a 4 or 5 yard run. And then all of a sudden, if a crease doesn't open, he forcefully makes a crease like you saw on that touchdown run right there. Only Saquon Barkley is making that cut to make like 3 defenders miss in the middle of like what looks like a scrum to get all the way to the end zone on a 36-yard run. But every single week, since week 1, we say it, keep running the rock. Even if it's not getting you the yards you would like, just keep running it because it's going to develop eventually and something's going to crack open. You know how many carries he had after that touchdown run, bro? 2. I'm going to let you go. He only had 2 carries after the touchdown run.
That's insane to me. And Me and you talked about it when we were when we were watching the game yesterday, like 2 minutes before he broke out that run. We're like, bro, you gotta run with Saquon. You keep running with Saquon, he's gonna find a crease. He's gonna find an opening. Something's gonna open up. Defensive linemen are not gonna be able to stick with Saquon's speed throughout the entire game. They're gonna get tired, and he's gonna abuse that. And he sure did. Like 2 minutes later, he broke out a 36-yard touchdown, and it wasn't easy. He had to like you said, forcibly, make something happen, and he did so. When it comes to him not getting enough carries, this really speaks to the play calling. The play calling, not play design, but the play calling.
And I want to add in something.
Mhm.
I know most of my argument is on Saquon. Well, all of it so far was on Saquon, but I'll add in just the running back committee in general. Matt Breida is getting like no carries,
Yeah.
and he's a very capable running back that we see can get positive yards. The entire running back core is being underutilized. They need to run the football more. It's the strength of the offense. It's the strength of the offensive line. Run the football more.
And I'm with you. I wouldn't be opposed to like giving Breida a drive or two, like throughout the game, just to freshen up Saquon's legs, make him rest a little bit, not make it feel like everything's on him. I wouldn't mind giving Breida a whole drive because he's capable of doing so. But when it comes to him not getting enough carries, it really speaks to like the play calling to me. I know you don't want to always run on first down because you want to actually be like two-dimensional, right? You want to have the threat of run and pass. So that's why we pass it a lot on first down, but we pass it too much on first down because too many times we're passing on first down, it's going incomplete, and then we're going to have to then we run the ball because we don't want to pass it 3 times. Then we run the ball on second down, get 3 yards, and it's 3rd down and 7, and it's like you can't have.
We said it last night. Not last night. We said it Monday night. We're like, did we even have a drive where we just ran it on first on second down? I can't remember if
I don't
we
think
did.
so.
It's far and few between.
It's very rare. And one thing I noticed just watching the game, the Giants are more successful on drives when we run on first down. That's just like that's just what it is. It's fact. Like we're more successful when we're running it on first down. And because it sets up a lot of things, even if like, of course, there's a risk that you're stuffed behind the backfield. There's a risk that you only get a 2-yard run. But if you get a 3-4 yard run, then you're left with the option of running it again on 2nd and 6, or even passing it on 2nd and 6. You're opening up options. You're becoming two-dimensional. It's just a lot better. I just don't know why we don't do it as much. These are nitpicks because obviously I like Kafka a lot better than a Jason Garrett.
And Kafka had a really good first half. A
Yeah.
lot of the stuff that we're talking about is just in the second half where you're seeing you should have run the ball more.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what it is. There was in the fourth quarter, once again, after the touchdown run, we started relying heavily on the pass. And my thing was, with 5 minutes left in the game, that's a good amount of time. We still had, I think, 2 or 3 timeouts. I'm like, you could afford to run the ball. You don't necessarily have to go and pass it that much. Like we're better when we run on first down, like you said. And also, our passing game is more successful, not only in the hurry-up offense, which just seems like a thing for the Giants over the past 10 years. Even when Eli was here, he was great in the hurry-up offense. But you want the play action to work, KB. How about you run the ball? I feel like sometimes we run more play action than actually running the ball.
It makes the most sense.
My fear is that during the game or during one game, a team is just going to be like, yo, this team doesn't actually establish the run. We know that this is a fake out. Just drop back for the pass. We run play action so much, and it's like the run isn't even effectively established. How are you going to expect that to continue to work?
I completely agree with you. There's no threat of a run. This is why the Cowboys have been so successful for years, because they run no matter what. Like they run them and then boom, play action. And before you know it, you got your tight end just running freaking with nobody within 15 yards of him, and he gets an easy reception. And that's exactly what they did on us. Like the linebackers played bad this game, right? But it's even worse when you're playing the Cowboys because like you have to bite on play action. Because if you can't afford to miss a run, like they run it so well, you can't afford to miss out on that. You gotta protect your gaps, and we saw that with Austin Calitro. Calitro, that bastard, is garbage.
Shouldn't be on the field, bro.
Austin Calitro is hot garbage. I don't know if they're so infatuated with that freaking interception he had in preseason, but get this man off the field, bro. Micah McFadden should be in there. I know I joke about it a lot, but Micah McFadden should be in the freaking lineup and should be playing, because there was even people pointing it out. I think it was Nick Filato. He does a lot of film work. He was even pointing out McFadden didn't even play that often. And still was balling out. I know this is about Saquon. I don't know how I went on a tangent to Micah McFadden, but
Because you're a Micah McFadden fanboy, bro.
Oh yeah, I am. But even Filato was saying that McFadden was playing well, even in the limited snaps he had. But yeah, back to Saquon. You set up play action by running the football, and that's exactly what the Cowboys do, and that's exactly what we should have done. Like I always say, to beat the Cowboys, you have to be the Cowboys. You got to run the rock, control time of possession, and Saquon is very capable of doing that. I know there's a lot of times he runs or dances around. He hasn't been doing that this season, so nobody can really say that. He hasn't really been dancing this season. He's been hitting the hole and taking whatever he can get.
Yeah,
he could control some clock. I know he can. And then his threat of catching the ball at the backfield, makes him even more of a threat. And we can control the clock, run the ball, set up play action, and throw it deep and get ourselves in the end zone or even the red zone. So that's how we should have done it. That's how we should be doing it. That's what this team looks like it's designed to do. Our strength isn't out on our outside receivers. I don't know why we keep airing the ball out deep, or we're not airing the ball out deep, to be fair.
I was about to say, we don't air the ball out deep. What you talking about?
What I meant by that is that we would try to. Looking at it on film, we had
I would disagree with that, because I feel like we should air the ball out deep more. We don't do it enough.
But here's what I'll say. Remember all those times last week we were like, damn, we gotta look at the film, because why was Daniel Jones holding the ball for so long? Bro,
because nobody's getting open.
Freaking Mike Kafka was sending. There were only three receivers out in the field, and all of them were going deep. None of them were like a dump off option for Daniel Jones. It was literally boom or bust. It was these guys are open or they're not open at all. And that's why Daniel Jones wasn't able to get the ball out. I think Kafka was either getting frustrated or something, but he was just calling guys to go deep. And I saw even Bellinger going deep. Like there was no dump off option for Daniel Jones. And I felt like they were trying to go deep, but we're not able to do it. We can't. David Sills can't create any yards of separation, and we know damn well Kenny Galladay ain't doing that. So who are we throwing out there to create yards of separation? Richie James is more serviceable in the slot where he's running routes inside, being more of a dump off option. We don't have anybody to go deep, So it's like
Darius Slayton.
Now it's Darius Slayton. Hopefully we can get that connection, because that rookie year with Darius Slayton and Daniel Jones, that connection was special, bro. It was. That Tampa Bay game, that first game that Daniel Jones was in, oh my God. Daniel Jones had the best throw, still to this day. I think it was the best throw he ever threw, was to Darius Slayton down across his body. That was the best throw I ever seen Daniel Jones throw. But that needs to come back. But yeah.
Shout out to Jacob in the chat. And then let's see here. Sober Party saying Breida is worse in blitz protection. Get a tight end out there then. I'm just saying run the ball more with anybody in the running back committee.
Yeah,
we have like 4 tight ends on the roster and a fullback that's technically a tight end. It's crazy. And Michael says Jalen Smith would have done better. Refers to Austin Kalitro when you went on your little rant.
I could have done better, bro. I would have broke my clavicle, but damn, I would have fit that gap a lot better than Austin Kalitro did. But
would have broke every single bone in your body.
I would have, but I'm just thinking about putting my head down, just going there. Yeah, definitely the clavicle's done, bro.
Word. We spent so much time already talking about the offense and the offensive woes, what we need to correct before we head on to the Bears. Let's head over to the defensive side of the ball now.
19 and 2020 with the Eagles. Here is Pollard on that side, trying to hit a home run. Tony Pollard is down inside the 20. And
so obviously we got killed in the run defense. Leonard Williams, somebody I've been a huge fan of for since we got him. Honestly, or not since since his 2020 breakout season, and somebody that a lot of Giants fans are split on. I hope this game shows you how much this man means to the team. I mean, I'm even wearing my Leo shirt right now, the Lion King shirt. Yo, I said it in Young Guns last week, I believe, because that was already after the Carolina game. I'm like, you notice that Carolina's run game really started clicking more after Leo went out, and I was a little bit worried for this game. And Tony Pollard, that was one of 2 or 3 20-yard runs that he had on us. But obviously Dallas beat us quite soundly. through the running game. I want to give a shout out to Dexter Lawrence because Dexter Lawrence tried his best. He was doing everything he could. He even had a couple of good pass rushing snaps where he got really close to getting to what's his name, Cooper Rush. But we don't have anybody behind Leonard Williams, which is a problem. We don't have depth on this team in general. You know what I'm saying? We don't like that's why we're talking about Austin Kalifa for a second. We don't have depth on the defense. We don't have depth on the offense. We're talking about the wide receivers. Depth is a problem. But something needs to be fixed about this run defense before we go into Chicago because Khalil Herbert just had like 130 yards rushing.
157 yards. Yeah,
57. Oh my
he
god.
had a fantastic day, and I didn't watch any of that game. I don't even know what happened, so I want to look at the film of that game. I'll do the know your opponent. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. Hopefully I'll have power to do that before my flight. I'll be able to do that stream. But yeah, we're facing a team that is very much like us. We're facing a team that is very, very much like us. Okay, I don't know too much about the defense, about how they're doing over there, but offensively, we're talking about a quarterback that is talented, can move out the pocket, can make good throws because him and Justin Fields can air it out. Him and Justin Fields have good accuracy as well, but their offensive line doesn't do them any favors. They're pressured a lot, forced to move out the pocket, forced to use their legs, and their wide receivers are lackluster. I would argue our wide receiving core is on par with theirs. Like, it's just as bad. Like, their wide receiving core is terrible. Darnell Mooney has literally done nothing this season. I think Dante Pettis is out there. Odell Beckham Pettis, or whatever the hell you call them, is playing for them. They had drafted Velus Jones. I don't even know if he's playing. It's bad over there in Chicago, and we're facing a team very much like that, and that means they run the ball a lot more. They're forced to run the ball a lot more. They're not able to pass the ball very efficiently, so they're forced to run the ball with guys like Khalil Herbert, David Montgomery, and these guys are pretty damn good. Khalil Herbert did very good last year and last season, filling in for David Montgomery, who was hurt. So Herbert can run the ball, so he's no slouch either. We hopefully, I don't know what's the timetable on Leonard Williams. I heard he was day-to-day, but he missed last night. But I heard
Wasn't it supposed to be a 4 to 6 week injury when he got it? So he was going to be out.
Yeah,
at least
but a lot of people were talking about that he looks a lot better. But I don't know. You know, they could be just talking crap. But I would hope Leonard Williams comes back soon, because we're going to be facing 2 strong running games in the next coming weeks with the Packers as well. So Leonard Williams is definitely
and the Ravens
definitely missed.
The
and
NFL doesn't want to.
God,
The NFL doesn't want to
best
give
running team.
I was gonna say, yeah, the NFL doesn't want to give Lamar credit. They made their graphic of like the top rushing leaders in the NFL. You know how it's usually top 5. They made it top 3 this week, and everybody's noticing it. They're like, since when do you guys do top 3 instead of top 5? You know why? Because Lamar Jackson is the 5th best rusher in the league right now. He's 5th on the rushing list in terms of yardage.
I thought he was 4th, but yeah,
or 4th. Either way, he's top 5, right? And it's like everybody's noticing. They're like, you guys are chopping it down to top 3. What is this? What are y'all doing, bro? Like,
they were like, you're not good for the brand. Not good for the brand.
Yeah, so it's like we're facing a Chicago team whose entire offense is running. We're going to be facing a Green Bay team who got AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, and then we're going to be facing the Ravens, who's been consistently one of the best running teams in the league for like 2-3 years now. And like I said, Lamar Jackson currently has the 4th or 5th most rushing yards in the NFL. And not just up the middle with Leo, bro. We saw how they used him through the first game and a half. He was being moved across the line. And I feel like that's partially why our edge rushers weren't able to set the edge when it comes to the running game a little bit this week. What do you think about that? Or do you just think they need to learn how to do that, and that currently Jihad Ward and O'Shane Zimenez in terms of the run game are better at setting the edge?
You talking about Aziz and Kayvon?
Yeah. With setting the edge.
Setting the edge.
For running specifically, yeah.
Oh, for running specifically, I would say I'm running down to use Jihad and O'Shane. I think just they're bigger, right? O'Shane gained weight in the offseason. He obviously looks bigger. I don't know what his weight is right now, but Jihad Ward is like 285. He's like the slimmest 285 I've ever seen. He's huge. I would definitely be okay with using them on running downs, or maybe even mix it in a little bit. Use Kayvon, Jihad, or Aziz and O'Shane. You know what I'm saying? Just mix it in a little bit. Yeah, let them get some rotation in there. But as far as eventually Aziz and Kayvon, they're going to see some runs, right? So they got to learn how to get back and set the edge a lot better. Because let's be honest, them two were pretty bad at setting the edge last week.
Last night, a couple nights ago.
Yeah, it was 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, yeah. Oh damn! I said last night a bunch of
I
times.
said
in the
last night
stream.
a lot throughout this stream as well,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. But 2 nights ago, they were bad at stopping the run. Kayvon got exposed as setting the edge a lot, and you even noticed it when we watched it live. You're like, man, Kayvon is just not setting that edge, and O'Shane was, and so when it comes to that, they have, especially in relief of Leonard Williams, these guys need to step up big. So
Yeah.
they
A couple
got to
stuff from the
adjust.
chat here. Nova says we need Leo back for real. Yeah. Receiver depth was deep on paper. That's true. On paper. And then week 1 came.
And then they all got hurt.
And not only did they all get hurt, but it's like half of them weren't playing, and now we're just sitting here. We're like, yeah, this receiving core is buns, bro. Receiving core is pure buns. Nova
Crazy.
says, I said the same thing. The Giants are just like the Bears, lol. Well, I don't know about that. I'm going to refer to the next comment where Michael says, Justin Fields had 105 passing yards last week and 75 passing in week 2. Our quarterback isn't struggling like that, bro. So
He has 175 yards passing
in the past like 2 weeks.
Holy crap.
So,
damn.
I think he has like 280 over the course of 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. They have no, and I said this even in the offseason after their draft. I'm like, why'd you guys wait to draft? The first receiver you draft is Velus Jones in the 3rd round? Get the hell out of here, bro. You guys are gonna struggle. You guys are putting all your money on Darnell Mooney, and he's done nothing. So that's interesting. Wow, Justin. I didn't even know that. So they're worse offensively than we are. They are really relying on the running game, which means we are gonna stack the box. And you know what? I'll stack the box all day against their wide receivers. They're freaking trash. So I'll put 10 guys in the box. How about that? Yeah, I'll make sure you ain't running that ball. I'll make sure you ain't.
I'll put 10 guys
as
in the box.
soon as Justin Fields takes the snap, he's gone. That's it. He's done.
Yo, are you trying to kill this man, bro?
We will do whatever's necessary. Okay, we need a bounce back game.
Where's Ash, bro? Where's his fellow Ohio State fan, bro?
Bro, yeah, I don't. Ash is gonna be at a. He's gonna be torn, bro. He doesn't know who decide.
What do you mean he's gonna be torn? He better be cheering for the Giants, bro.
Listen,
this man better not be torn.
He's infatuated with Justin Fields, bro. So I don't know. I question his loyalty.
Bro. It's not a Diggy type situation. It's not that serious.
Oh yeah, right? Dude. If Joe Burrow faces us one day, what do you think Diggy would root for?
He roots for the Giants at the end of the day, bro. Come on now, stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Oh,
we mentioned the edge rushers specifically in the run game. It's time to definitely talk about them when it comes to the actual pass rushing game and the Giants pass rush in general.
Cowboys scored a touchdown last time they had it. Here's Lamb, one-on-one, lowers his shoulder and takes it to the goal line just short.
It seemed like throughout the game we just could not get pressure on Cooper Rush. In the first half, there's only one person that comes to mind, and it's Azeez Ojulari. Azeez looked like he was for a little bit giving fits to Tyler Smith and that right side of the line, I think it is. Or was it the left side? I can't remember. Whatever side he was lined up on. Because he got us 3 penalties. I think a holding penalty, which if Tyler Smith didn't hold Azeez, he was definitely going to sack Cooper Rush. And 2 false penalties, which I found hilarious because all he did when you saw the replays was this. Like in a fight. And then this man jumped. He was trying to get set. But after that, there's nothing. The second half was nothing. And once again, even in the first half, that's just one player. There really wasn't much pass rush at all. That's bad. We need to generate a more consistent pass rush somehow. Go ahead, man. Kayvon, listen, just like with Evan Neal, it's like I'm not giving up on the guy at all. It was his debut, for crying out loud, and he had a bad pass. But yeah, you didn't really notice him that much either. Go ahead.
Yeah. As far as the debuted edge rushers going, Kayvon and Azeez, yeah, they definitely struggled. We talked about the run game, and they weren't very good in the run game, and even I guess obviously they're better than Jihad and O'Shane as far as getting pressure, but they just weren't getting anything. Like Tyler Smith and who the hell was on the right side? Terrence Steele. Terrence Steele. They're not good. That's not good.
Cool name, by the way.
I know it is, right? Terrence Steele. Sounds like a superhero name. But they're not good. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the Cowboys just schemed it a lot better, because if you looked on film, like the Cowboys last week, they struggled with their tackles, man. They were just not as good. And I don't know how Kayvon and Aziz weren't able to generate anything. They are faster guys off the edge. Tyler Smith is more of a guard prospect. I don't know how we weren't able to beat Tyler Smith off the edge. Don't know what happened there. And obviously, you're not going to get much from Jihad and O'Shane. They're not really pass rushers. They're more run stuffers. So, man, I hope it's not like this next week. Chicago's offensive line is terrible. It's god awful. So I'm hoping we do something against that. I'm hoping we bully second-year tackle Tevin Jenkins if he's I think he is playing. Hope we bully the hell out of him and kind of do to their offensive line what our offensive line was suffered 2 nights ago. So
I gotta ask you, why is it you think that we struggled so much to get to the quarterback, especially off the edge? I mean, this is not
part
it's
of
not
it
a great Dallas line.
Right. Part of it, I would say, Judah Tribe. Is that the Judah Tribe? No freaking way. Is that the Judah Tribe? Like TTC Judah?
Shout out to the ghost of Judah Tribe for the $2 super chat. You obviously know him. I don't, but I appreciate the support. He says your wide receivers are trash. Saquon's funeral, 4 in a row coming. What do you mean by 4 in a row? Is he a Bears fan?
Yeah, he's a Bears fan. Judah Tribe. I don't know if that's the Judah Tribe, but I don't know. He's a funny character from the TTC. But I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about?
I was saying why was it so difficult for our guys to generate a pass rush on the edge?
It's very hard for me to put a finger. I have to go back in the film. I didn't turn on the defensive film, but Cooper Rush did get the ball out quickly. But in the times that he didn't get the ball out quickly, I was like, "Yo,
he was in the times where he didn't get out quickly, it was noticeable.
Bro,
we're not getting to him.
There were screenshots from Dallas film watchers, and they were screenshotting, just laughing the pocket that Cooper Rush had. Like the man had 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage with nobody coming at him. Like he had no pressure at all. And that's worrisome. It is, but it is their first game back. I'm not going to hold it. I am worried. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not worried at all. I am worried, but we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Why they struggled so much? Because Kayvon, Nick Filato put like his kind of compilation of all his pass rush reps, and Kayvon looked good. He was winning a lot. It was just Cooper was getting the ball out, but. Like, I want these guys to finish, man. I want them to finish.
That's interesting to me because we watched the game live, and live it didn't seem like he was having much effect. If you're saying he was winning in the all-22, he looks like he was winning his matchups.
He was winning his
matchups. It was noticeable when
you
saw Aziz winning his matchups, like as he was getting real close to Cooper.
Right, but Kayvon didn't play a lot. I think Aziz played a lot more than Kayvon did. So in the very limited time that Kayvon played, he did win a lot. And there was
also,
one time
I gotta ask,
he had a bad pass.
Do you think we blitzed less this game?
Yes.
I think that was part of it as well. We blitzed like noticeably less.
I think we played very scared because I think maybe Wink was like, man, even if we send a blitz, they're not gonna get past it, and it's gonna open up, somewhere for a passing lane. So I think they played a lot very scared. I understandably so, but I don't know. Got to run back to the charter.
Yeah, the ghost of Judah Tribe. He's saying Galladay doesn't want to play for you. Shepard gets tackled by a phantom. All right. Chill on throne, Shepard. All right. We've beat you 3 times in a row. Has it been 3 times? We won in 2018. They won in 19. Did they win in 20 and 21 too?
Damn, that sucks.
It's been 3 times in a row. That's
sad.
Which, by the way, it's hilarious that we faced the Bears like 4 years in a row now.
Yeah, they're like the new Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We always face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers every single year. That's why I went to all the games. But yeah.
He says we beat you 3 times in a row. 4 coming. Saquon gets destroyed by us every time he plays. Okay, first of all,
I don't know if that's very true. Well, my God, he's coming at Saquon because he tore his ACL against Chicago. That's not cool, bro. Come on.
I was about to say, like 2019 maybe, or was it 2020? But listen, bro,
2018 he destroyed you guys. Okay, I remember that game.
Because I was at that game. I was at the 2018 game, bro, the one that went to overtime.
Destroyed you guys. And listen, he's having a better year than his rookie year.
125 yards, bro.
He's having a better year than his rookie year, so be prepared.
Yeah, bro, he's not ready, bro. The Bears are not ready. Before I move on to the actual Bears, though, with that pass rush, that's also why we saw a lot of success in the passing game for Cooper Rush, because we couldn't really make him uncomfortable. You got these receivers out here getting wide open because they have time to get open. CD, honestly, this should have been a way bigger game than it was because CD dropped so many passes down the field. Like, we need to do. I know that Chicago doesn't have a great receiving core, like we just said, but looking forward to like not even Green Bay and the Ravens. Also, they don't have great receiving scores, but they have better quarterbacks, so they're gonna make something happen. We need a pass rush to come at some point, man. We need it because we can't have these receivers having time to get open like that.
And on top of that, like we've seen it as Giants fans, we know, right? The Evan Ingram drop, the Darius Slayton drop, both games we could have won but we didn't because of that. The two drops that CD Lamb had are type of drops that would lose you a game, right? And they still won. That's a big problem. Like usually when you have those bad drops, like you can miss a receiver downfield. That happens. But when you have a game breaking freaking play and the receiver drops it, that's supposed to lose you games. And they still won. He had two big drops and they still won. That's what frustrates me the most. They always had time to throw. That's the thing. They were always able to live to see another down and throw the ball again. So
yeah. And I'll read this last comment here from Judah. He says, "Hits philosophy wins the game. Look it up. Your team is undisciplined." Okay, first of all, that's cap. Our team is not undisciplined. Bro, you know this guy, bro. Why don't you read this comment and address it? You do this, bro.
Let me see what he said. No. What did he say? Where did he say it? I don't see it. I just see Saquon didn't do a thing.
Bro, go up like two comments.
It says stop capping. Oh,
do you not see that big comment?
No.
I'll highlight it for you then.
Yeah, it's not showing up on my thing. But it says hits philosophy wins the game. Look it up. Your team is hits an acronym or something. Look it up. Your team is undisciplined because he capitalized it. Your team is undisciplined and your quarterback runs for his life and will not be your quarterback next year, Cowboys. Dude, you just
You're a fan of the Bears, bro.
You just explained the Bears, bro. You just explained the Bears. Your team is undisciplined. Your QB runs for his life, more so than ours. We're pressured more, but your quarterback has like 250 yards passing in the entire 3 weeks.
Bro,
so
Saquon had 102 yards on y'all last year. We lost because we had Mike Glennon at QB, and Mike Glennon threw for 24 yards in the entire game. Okay,
Mike Glennon. That's their former quarterback. You want to laugh at the Bears? Mike Glennon got paid by the Bears like $18 million a year to play for them. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Talk about
that's Engraven in the chat and in the chat. That's
Andrew,
what I'm saying.
Engraven in the building. What's up, bro?
No way. Ain't no way.
He's a Giants fan for real. He's jumping out. He's cutting all ties before this game because he's going to this game. Yeah.
Bro, I can't believe Ashton Money just said that.
Week 6 coming out.
First name Ashton, last name Money. Just said that, bro. Engraven. I see it. Yeah, week 6 is coming up.
When you guys beat us, Engraven, when you guys beat us, please think of us, okay? Just don't be all like cheery and be like, oh my god, we beat the Giants. Like, no, please just think about us, okay? Think about our sadness before.
I was gonna say, Engraven. I don't know if you peep on Twitter. The NFL usually does top 5 rushers in the week. They did top 3 this week so that they didn't give Lamar the credit.
He said any given Sunday.
Stop it.
Oh man, stop
We're not gonna get ahead of ourselves. But with that being said, let me get into the next topic and what is gonna be the last topic of the night.
Bernard chasing him. Fields eludes him. Fields is gonna take off. Fields has room to run. He's got the first down into Houston territory and out of bounds.
Now Justin Fields has been struggling. Not gonna lie to you. He has been struggling. You know what I'm saying? Ash out here, massive Ohio State fan, massive Justin Fields fan. He said it, not me, all right? I'm going to highlight this comment again. He said it, not me, okay? But go ahead, KB. What are you looking at when you're looking at this Bears matchup next week?
I'm looking at a bunch of trash. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a bunch of garbage, basura. The Bears, that was brought to my attention that Justin Fields has 0 passing yards on the season. That's insane.
0. Yes. I didn't say 0 passing yards.
Listen. If you have 250 yards passing through 3 weeks, you have 0. Okay, that's just the equivalence. Okay, we're rounding down. but but he has like no yards passing. They're reliant on the run game, which makes them one-dimensional. Justin Fields is I like Justin Fields. I do. He's gonna be the next Daniel Jones. You know that? He's gonna be like, of course, he had better talent coming out the draft, but he's gonna be the next Daniel Jones in regards to he's gonna be there for 4 years, and no one's gonna know how to truly evaluate.
Let's do some quick
Daniel,
maths. Let's do some quick maths real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he had 121 yards passing week 1, right?
My God. Mm-hmm.
Week 2, he had 70 yards passing, so that's 191. And week 3, he had 106 passing. So yeah, that's like 297.
His season high is 100. Yo, if he passes for more than 121 yards this week, they're gonna be like, and Justin Fields just surpasses his season high of 121 passing yards for a grand total of 133 passing yards.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is you got 2-1 teams right now that probably shouldn't be 2-1, but I'm comfortable with saying we're the better 2-1 team. All right, I'm comfortable in saying this.
My God, listen. The only reason why they won against San Francisco is that it was a freaking monsoon over there. Okay, they couldn't do anything over there. Okay, San Francisco was not prepared, and Trey Lance was playing. He was just not good. The Bears are garbage. The Bears are garbage. And what I've been saying, back to what I was saying about Justin Fields, what I mean by him being the next Daniel Jones is that he's gonna have the talent. We're gonna see the talent, but it's gonna be so hard to properly evaluate this guy because of the pieces around him and the offensive scheme and stuff like that. Justin Fields is he's gonna be put in a bad situation, and you can see it on his face right now on the PNG. That's just gonna be his face the whole entire time. Just damn, bro, what? Like I got sacked again.
The Bears played the 49ers,
Packers,
and Texans, bro.
He's gonna look at the final box score, looking up on the stands with that same face, like, bro, only 75. I only got 75-yard passing. Damn.
Let me read some of these comments. Let me read some of these comments, bro.
Damn.
Yo, I appreciate that, Engraven, saying it was a smooth transition. The largest Ohio State and Justin Fields fan says neither Fields or Jones have a game this year throwing over 200 yards. That's embarrassing. You right. Judah says Fields will have the game of his life Sunday. All right, bro. Herbert go Lucy.
Then Justin. Yeah, 130 yards passing is the game of his life. So,
man. Then the biggest Ohio State fan and biggest Justin Fields fan says, and for clarification, Justin Fields thinks because Chicago ruined him. NYG31.
I agree.
In the chat. Just one NYG says Fields and Jones have nothing around them. Fields is already getting a pass. DJ never got benefit of the doubt like Fields. Well, part of that comes with like what KB says. Like Fields is way more talented coming out in college than Daniel Jones was.
I made sure I said that before I compared him to Daniel Jones. I think Justin Fields is a better quarterback.
All right, we got to stop. Stop the cap. This man said they played 2 Super Bowl contending teams.
Oh my God, are you going to say that because San Francisco went to a Super Bowl a couple years ago? Are you going to say that?
The 49ers?
Yeah, the 49ers are nowhere near where they were going to the Super Bowl. They were a fluke going to Super Bowl.
Let's keep it real, bro. Let's keep it real.
Who else did they face?
Even the Packers are not a Super Bowl contending team, bro.
Week 2, they faced the Packers, right? So who they faced week 3? Who they just faced? The Texans! The Texans, bro, and then the Packers, bro. Come on, the Packers beat the Bucs like 14-12, bro. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about right now, bro?
All I'm saying is that I hope you're back in this stream when we win. That's all I'm saying, bro. Just be back in the stream.
This man said 2 Super Bowl contending. First of all, the Cowboys,
he's capping, bro.
The Cowboys look like they have the best defense in the NFL right now. Let's just make that clear. Second of all, we faced the number 1 seed last year in the Tennessee Titans, who also have.
It's funny you say that because I was gonna agree with Ash. It's like saying you face 2 Super Bowl contending teams is the same thing as saying the Giants face a contender because we face the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, exactly. So what are we talking about? What are you talking about? Trust me, the trash talk will be here. Trust me. We're not going live for that game. We'll be at the game.
We're gonna be at the game.
But listen, you better show up to our stream after.
You can make a vlog though, bro.
Yeah,
you should make a vlog.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a vlog. I'm gonna make a vlog from when I get to the airport to when I after the game and stuff like that. I'm gonna just compile it all. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. He's trolling y'all.
He's got to be, bro.
I mean, he's got to be trolling. He's a Bears fan talking smack.
Bro, the Bears.
And
The
and
Bears.
listen, he's TTC. If that's the real Judah tribe, he's TTC. He's trash.
Which
talk
he
sports
hasn't
analyst,
even
yeah.
said if he is, by the way.
He
I'm just
didn't
gonna
even
point that out.
acknowledge that. I mean, he's the ghost of China. I don't know if this is like some fanboy of Judah tribe or something like that. But yeah, hey,
Yo,
can't spell
Ash,
Galladay right.
both of y'all should make a vlog. Why should only one of you make? You guys have different editing styles. Both of y'all
Yeah,
should make a
yeah.
vlog.
Well, yeah,
It'd
and
be
I want to
2 different
watch
vlogs.
and let's do a
Yeah.
vlogception. Ash, we gotta be in both of each other's vlogs, bro, while we're vlogging. Hell yeah, let's go. I'm very excited to meet everybody, bro. I'm very excited. There's gonna be more people there than my first
Bro,
time I
I
went.
told Ash if Ash came up like a day earlier than he was, if he came up on Friday, I would actually like he should have pulled up to my house. We would have made a video together like right here.
Bet,
Because
bro.
he's not
Yeah, I
staying
would.
far from where I am.
I would have done the same thing too if I wasn't arriving Saturday.
But you gotta take off work and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm already off
Yeah.
of work. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I
But
could have
it's
asked for
gonna be pretty
Friday
cool,
off,
though.
but it's all good, man.
It's gonna be cool though. I feel like it's gonna be a very fun game, but also the tailgate. You know, we're gonna be at the Talking Giants tailgate because they always have free food.
Lot
So
L,
that's nice.
baby. Oh, I can't wait to go back over there, man. That was so fun. That was
Yeah.
so fun.
But yeah, no, they got free food, bro. So that's why
And on top of that, the weather conditions are gonna be a lot better than the last time we went.
Yeah, last time we went, it was freezing.
It was freezing,
oh my
bro.
god, it was freezing.
And I was eating cold ass shrimp, bro, and it was good, but it was cold. But yeah.
Oh man. All right, but to close this out, man. So we know we are defending against the run. That is going to be the thing we're going to struggle against. I'm not going to hold you. We're going to struggle against the Chicago Bears run game, but they don't have a passing game to speak of. So
how's their pass rush?
Maybe stacking the box is the way to go. Their pass rush.
Who are they? Like Robert Quinn is still like alive.
So Robert Quinn, if we're looking at sacks,
I know he was productive last season, but he
Dominic Robinson got 1.5 sacks week 1.
Who the hell is Dominic Robinson?
I don't know. Roquan Smith got half a sack. Then let's go to game 2 against the Packers. Looking at sacks here.
Robert Quinn and
Travis Gibson got 2 sacks.
They have Jaquan Brisker, that safety from Penn State, but
Robert Quinn got 1 sack.
Kyler Gordon been asked. Yeah, I seen that. I seen that when watching the Packers game. He was garbage. So, all right.
And then let's see here. Just now,
Travis Gibson is a dog, bro. I never even heard of this dude. What are you talking about?
They just had 1 sack against the Texans. Justin Jones.
Oh man, their defense is cake, bro.
Let me get your prediction for this game, bro.
Destruction, domination.
You're going a little too far. All right, don't be what Ash was during the Cowboys game. Okay,
Eddie Jackson is okay. He's pretty good. I like him, but I'm gonna say my prediction for this game. I think first of all, I think the defense.
No, the hurricane, bro. I hope he's safe. He's frozen. The hurricane knocked out his antenna or something, bro. Oh man, KB. His internet is gone. I'm going to have to call him. I'm going to have to make sure he's good. Damn. I knew for a fact that's the hurricane, man. He literally said earlier, if you guys remember, he's like, yo, if my like thing ever cuts, you know it's that the hurricane's getting bad. Yo, I'm calling, make sure he's safe. You guys heard him. He thinks we're going to win. I'm going to give my prediction and end it out here because I really do. I got to call this man. I do think it's going to be a W as well. I'm going to say low-scoring affair because the Giants haven't proved to me yet that we could score more than 20 points. And so I'm going to say 20-16 Giants win. Yeah, we are going to go to the game together for whoever asked that. It's going to be me, Ash, and KB. We're all sitting in the same space. We're going to be in the parking lot tailgating with Talking Giants crew because, like I said, they always got free food. So that's a plus. And I'm going to be there with a couple more of my friends as well. Want to give a big shout-out to everybody in the chat. Nova, Vets, Ash, NYG31, Judah. Let's see who else was up here. Just one NYG. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for showing support. Bro, just walk past, bro. Thank you so much for showing support and being in the chat. That's it for now, y'all. And I am out.